So in the last video, I talked about the self-editing phase and basically it being a way for you to see your own work through the eyes of an editor, but also at the same time providing you some unconventional tips for actually how to do that, because sometimes it can be confusing. In this, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about some of the programs that are generally used by self-published authors and the one that I actually use, ProWritingAid. I did actually say in the other video that it is considered, it is an AI app, but it is not a generative AI app. And typically with everything that's going on AI-wise, it's very important to discuss this topic, especially in terms of Grammarly and ProWritingAid, which a lot of writers use, whether in business or with writing. So let's go ahead and talk about it. This is Kathleen Lyons here at the Magic Library, and today I'm going to be talking about the difference between ProWritingAid and Grammarly, and are they really okay to use? Before we get started, I actually do have to apologize for a little bit for being a little MIA for the past 2 weeks. I was wanting to do a video, but I was swamped with work, and I was also swamped with an event that I actually completed this weekend, Foothills Festival. I actually went to Foothills Festival and I actually made a great amount of profit, and I am slowly but surely going through the paperwork for that. So I'm very much looking forward to that, and I will get on to updates about that at the end of the video. I'm honestly really excited to share about all of this with you. So let's get through the video first, and then I will share with you some of the stuff that happened at Foothills Festival. So when writers hear the word AI, they're thinking about all the bad stuff that has happened. There are sites that are using AI that are illegally using your intellectual property to train their AI and stuff like that. Art is being used by AI to basically sell scam products. There's a lot of back and forth on AI and everything. And I'm one of those people who's not necessarily on the fence. I'm just saying that AI is a tool, yes, but sometimes tools can be used as weapons, and most of the time we always hear the weapon side of the argument. Using AI is fine. The only problem with it is that when people and companies use AI and they are using intellectual property of other people without permission to actually train their AI, that's where AI gets a bad rep. But right now we're going to be talking about two specific programs that I know of that actually are classified as AI writing apps. And those two are called ProWritingAid and Grammarly. These two programs are considered to be AI writing tools, but they're not how you would necessarily think AI is being used. These are basically just AI versions of spell check. And while these two programs are very much recommended by a lot of people in the industry, there are some differences with using these programs. So let's walk through some of those differences now. So let's first talk about my personal favorite, ProWritingAid. I've been using ProWritingAid for years, and it's really helped me to step up my writing and also learn how to beat the red flag system that's integrated into the program. I've cut out a lot of glue words. I've cut out a lot of basically jumbled up words that you don't necessarily have to use, and repetitive words and repetitive phrases. I typically fall back on a lot of these because that's just how my brain works. But using ProWritingAid has actually helped me to beat the red flag system and also rewire my brain a little bit to come up with better writing. Here's a bit of a disclaimer about this app. This is not a generative AI app. You actually have to put your writing into the program for it to actually grade your writing and see what you need to change. And it is actually very helpful. Think of it as an AI version of your English teacher when you were in high school, how they're somewhat critical of your work, but you still are learning something from it, and you don't necessarily feel so downgraded because it's technically a machine, but that's beside the point. ProWritingAid uses AI to analyze patterns and writing styles, and depending on your genre, this can help you to maximize your writing output and also fine-tune your style to better fit your genre. When I use it, I typically always have the genre set to the fantasy fiction side of things, just so that it doesn't get a little too analytical with everything. During some instances, you may see a line underneath some of your sentences, and it'll come up with the rephrase option. Options like these can actually be disabled, but I will say this: look and see what they have put under the rephrase options, and when you do, try to rewrite it. Write it in your own way. Do not let the program rewrite it for you. Rewrite it yourself. I typically use ProWritingAid to grade my own writing and see what I can improve on, and especially when I'm working on the third draft and beyond, I literally love using this program because I'll go back to it again and again and again to make sure everything is fine-tuned. The one caveat to this is that you cannot put your entire work into ProWritingAid. You would have to do it chapter by chapter. I found this out the hard way, but I did not find it out with this particular program. I actually found it out with the program that we are about to talk about, Grammarly. You've probably seen the ads for Grammarly on YouTube or other commercials, and typically it is very well regarded for its prompt feature in how to write business emails or stuff like that. And this prompt feature is supposed to be helping with brainstorming ideas, and but I will say it makes me feel like it's cheating a little bit. It's sort of like ChatGPT in a way, where it's like you put in basically your prompt into a system and it writes the entire thing for you, and it's like that's just taking all the fun out of it. There is a very, very inherent just thrill of brainstorming, and brainstorming is a lot of fun. I highly, highly, highly recommend the brainstorming phase, because that's where you and your brain basically go head to head and see what you can do with this idea that you have. And if you have other people that you brainstorm with and you bounce ideas off of, that's better part of the community. And I think writing is all about community, so I highly recommend that you don't use the prompt feature in Grammarly, just because it technically feels like cheating to me. Like with ProWritingAid, there are many ways to rephrase your idea and rephrase what you're writing. So definitely look at some of the ideas, but write it yourself to basically just like write it out yourself, because it's like it'll help you rewire your brain in such a way. And the more you practice, the more progress you make. I will say this: I used Grammarly once, and I actually did not use it for long because the program crashed on my computer. So I do not use Grammarly. I use ProWritingAid all the way. Now, I've talked about some good things, and I've talked a little bit about the bad things, but let's talk a little bit more of the caveats that come with actually working with programs like these. And I will say this: it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I will just say, just be careful. Writing from features like rephrase or rewrite in some of these programs can sometimes be flagged as AI detection, and it can seriously dark your credibility as a writer. So I would be incredibly careful. It has and will happen to people, and it's like, I do not want it to happen to you. I want you to be able to share your story without the stigma of being called an AI writer. It is not a good look, and a lot of people have actually lost a lot of credibility with such a title. I will say this: relying on some of the tools in these programs will sort of atrophy your brain, specifically the writing parts of your brain, where it's like, for example, you get to the point where you're writing something and you just go through, it's like using spell check over and over again, and you're not even checking yourself. You're letting the program check for you, and that's not ever really a good sign. So if you guys are looking for some self-editing tips, I actually did a video for some very unconventional self-editing tips before this one, and I hope you guys actually enjoy it. I'll try to come up with another video for more tips and do it later on down the line for this series. But in the meantime, I hope you guys find those unconventional tips very helpful. And that's basically it for these little caveats. Now are just some things to remember. When it comes to using applications like ProWritingAid and Grammarly, there are a lot of things to remember and a lot of things to look out for. And here are some of those that are sort of warnings, like the Icarus myth. Generative AI is not okay when you are perfectly capable of writing yourself. The only reason I recommend apps like ProWritingAid is because it has literally helped me with my writing, and it's helped me grow as a writer, and also helped me to not rely so much on spell checks or anything. I will double check myself, I will fact check myself, but most of all, it's very important that you learn these skills yourself and you do not rely on apps tools specifically, in just letting your creative juices just go stagnant. The brain is a muscle, and the muscle needs to be exercised. Writing is a good way to exercise that muscle. Do not rely solely on tools that use AI. ProWritingAid I specifically use to grade my writing, and that is it. A little asterisk next to the tool thing here. Programs like these are meant to be tools, not shortcuts. Specifically because you can use many of the creative tips that I've mentioned in previous videos to enhance your self-editing skills, but primarily using tools and not letting yourself learn why specifically those tools are there, and not like integrating that so you don't have to rely on the tools that much. That's just detrimental to your own creative ability. So use the tools, but use them sparingly. Also, when you're going through, you'll see a lot of suggestions for edits and everything. These suggestions do not have to be followed. Your writing is your writing, so keep in the quirks that make it seem like yourself, like you're actually talking with somebody, like you're telling a story from your own mouth. Just keep your own writing, please. All right, so I've gone on my little lecture tirade long enough. Let's talk about what happened at Foothills Festival. So if you guys follow me on social media, you know that I posted this picture on all my socials, because it was like, we finished the setup and everything, and it was really, really good. I will say this, we may have to get 1 or 2 more of these backgrounds, just so that we have full coverage on either side, so I don't get any more sunburn. I am so freaking red on this side of my body because I thought there would be people right next to me. There was not anybody right next to me. I was literally the end of that line, and it was frustrating, and it was a little bit painful. I'm so glad I'm wearing this shirt right now, because it's like I'm red on this side of my body. It's horrendous. But I actually got to meet a lot of people who were interested in the book, and they actually bought copies of the book. I actually had someone buy a book box for Arboreal Lux and for the Seraphim trilogy, and was so very interested in it, and I'm so very excited. I hope she loves the books. And I love the fact that she bought it, but she made her husband carry them. So I was like, girl power, you do you, girl. But a lot of people, especially young ones, actually came up and everything, especially like 13-year-olds came up and was like very interested in the book. And it's like, I don't necessarily recommend these because of how dark they can get, but it's like, but if you want everything, you will be put on a list. You will be put on a list for when you get older, or something like that. It's just like, it was so much fun. The only reason I say that these books are not really suitable for anyone under like 15 or 16 is because it's like, it does deal with like some like very intense dark themes, and I don't think that children under the age of 15 are necessarily ready for that. But that's very much a reader's discretion sort of thing. Speaking of reader's discretion, I actually had someone walk up to my booth. It was an older couple and everything, and they heard the words paranormal dark fantasy, and they immediately made the astronomical reach to devil worship. And I was like, I'm pretty sure Evel Knievel could have made that leap, but you know, c'est la vie. It was very interesting, and a lot of people were just like, yeah, that tends to happen, but it's like, to me, it's more of a funny thing now. I'm not really mad about it, but it was like, it's like, don't harp on my style. It's like, grow, please, just grow. But it was very fun. I got to meet, but a lot of people were interested in the book. I actually had people coming back to introduce me to friends and everything. People came back for more copies and for the next book in the series. I actually, someone was actually wanting to get the next book in the series, but we had already broken down our stuff for the night and was about to head home, and she was so disappointed. But I think I got her the business card so she can go to my website and get the book box and get the book box from there and everything, because she had just gotten Arboreolux and she is almost done with it. I guarantee you that she is right now done with the book and she's looking for more of them right now, so that's going to be interesting. I also got my first online order from Foothills Festival and everything. She didn't have any money there at the festival, but she did have enough in her bank account, and she decided to go ahead and buy both of the boxes from my online store on my website, and I was so incredibly happy. So Cassidy, if you're watching this, you've already seen my email. Your package is on the way, and I hope you enjoy the books and all the goodies that I got for you in there. It's going to be a fun little journey. If you guys want copies of the book, and you also want there to be a lot of goodies to go with it, like for example, copies, like a set of 5 prints for each of the series, 2 bookmarks and sticker packs, you can go to my website down in the description below and actually buy those from my shop, and I will send them to you ASAP. I will say this, I'm still out. I am actually out of the regular signed copies for Arboreolux. I actually sold out of those on Saturday, and I was I was very thrilled, but I was like, oh, that was sort of just like mind blowing, because like I sold through like, I think it was like 20 copies of Arboreolux, and it was just like, it made me feel good. It was like I feel very refreshed after all that. And of course, I actually got to meet one of the organizers for Foothills Book Fest, and she actually bought a copy of Arboreolux. So I am very much looking forward to Foothills Book Fest. Anyone who didn't get a chance to buy anything from me at Foothills Festival will definitely be able to see me at the Foothills Book Fest, October the 11th. I am going to be there, as well as a friend of mine. I'm hoping we're right across the way from each other, just so that I can throw stuff at him. Yes, Hunter, this is a challenge to you. I'm going to be getting some stuff just to throw at you to make sure it's like, yeah, we're gonna have ourselves a little like playful little war. So yeah, it's like, I love him. He's one of my best friends. So it's like this is how we rib on each other. But I think that is it. That's all that I've got to do and everything. I do have another surprise that's going to be coming up later. I'm not going to be doing any more art stuff here on this channel. I've got another channel set up for that, called The Nova Scholar, and it's got a little avatar of that I've drawn and everything, and I hope you like her. I'll be doing some lore videos and stuff like that later on. I really want to do art over on that channel, and keep and specifically art for the webcomic project that I'm working on over on that channel, and keep all the stuff like with the publishing business and stuff like that here. So I will also put the link for the Nova Scholar YouTube channel down in the description below. So I hope you guys will go and check that one out when I finally put stuff on it. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for me today. I'm going to go put some more aloe vera on my arm, because dadgummit, it hurts. And I've also got to finish up the rest of this paperwork to send it in to the state for all the sales that I did this weekend. So I very much made bank. I was very, very happy to have made that money, to have made money, but also to make people happy with my books. So I've got to get back to that. So I will see you guys in the next video. All the videos should still be coming up every Friday from now on. So let's hope for that. But I will see you guys later, and let's go to the outro, shall we? And that's it for the video. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. If you want to read Luxalia's side of the story, you can check it out in my book, Arborea Lux. The link for that book is in the description below. If you'd like a signed copy as well as some merch, you can go to my online store and check out the book merch boxes. Each box comes with a signed copy of my book, a series of art prints that I've created, as well as 2 bookmarks and a sticker pack. I also have a Printify store where I've created merch with my own designs. You can find the links for those in the description below and in my link tree. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications about my writing craft and my art videos. This is Kathleen Lyons here at the Magic Library, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!